Third, the last problem most traders are having right now has to do with confidence. Look, I know how rough it's been for many of you out there in the last 10 years. You've watched your portfolios crash twice. You probably don't trust the media, you probably don't trust the government, you probably don't trust the banks or the markets. So who can you trust? Well, I'm here to help. In my trading method, Flag Trader, you will learn that you can rely totally on yourself. You will not need the news to tell you what you don't need to know. You don't need the government to put out fake data to pull the wool over the public's eye. And you won't get sucked into the next big thing because you won't need it. If you follow the simple step-by-step guidelines in my Flag Trader course, you'll be able to do exactly what I and my students have done, quickly and easily spot potentially profitable trades every day and get an edge over every other trader out there. Now, you're probably a bit skeptical, and I don't blame you. There's so much garbage being peddled these days, so I'm going to prove it to you, not only with my own brokerage statement, but also with the results from one of my own Flag Trader students, because I want to prove that anyone can do this. But first, let's talk about how the major economy's troubles have changed the way you need to trade stocks. As we all know, for years we were told that long-term buy and hold was the only way to go for the average investor or trader. I think you already know that's no longer true, or you wouldn't be looking for help. The reality is the speed at which economies change and the sheer breadth of the global economy now means traders have to be able to respond much more quickly than they used to. You see it every day. It's now very common for swings in the S&P 500 or Dow Industrials to hit 1 or 2%, whereas 20 years ago that was highly uncommon. The connectedness of the world means people from all over now have access to the markets, and that increased access has changed the volatility in the markets. Now remember that volatility is going to be your friend. The more volatility that exists in the right way and when harnessed correctly means greater potential gains for you when you capture a move in a trending stock. But it also means right now that risk management is more important than ever. I see it all too often. Traders get attached to a stock they love and they can't get over the emotional hump of cutting a losing trade. So if you take nothing else away from this, learn and practice this one thing. Cut your losses. If you're in a stock that has reversed and moved from a positive to a negative, get out and find a new issue to get in on. The longer you hold a loser, the harder it is to let go, and certainly the harder it is to recapture lost capital. Now, when you join me as a Flag Trader Inner Circle member, I'm going to help you by giving you a complimentary 90-day access to my private tutorial club. This is something I've never done before. It's important to me because I believe my students gain more market insight through the private tutorial club as part of my Flag Trader course. This is way above and beyond anything anyone else is doing to support their trading students. The private tutorial club helps you build the confidence you need in your trading with special online training sessions. And of course, you'll also have access to my very unique secret weapon, the Flag Trader Scanner. No other trading course has my Flag Trader Scanner, but you'll be able to benefit from it by using it to quickly isolate the best trading opportunities every day without having to spend hours upon hours going through the hundreds of thousands of charts. This is the very tool my Inner Circle members use to do 90% of the work for them, day after day, and you are just moments away from getting your hands on it and test driving it. In fact, let's take a brief look at one more trade, one that my Flag Trader method identified and one which my scanner selected. I'm going to show you how my Flag Trader system can help you identify the lowest risk, highest probability setups quickly and easily. Take a look now.
Now in this slide I'm going to show you something slightly different. Again, it's a bull flag. We can see that very clearly. We've had the up thrusting bars here, we've got the consolidation here, so this looks good to go. But there is something a little bit special about this particular opportunity, and again it's another very recent one, but I'm going to show you right now what I mean by that. As I'm about to detail a bit later on, what you're going to get when you get your Flag Trader is you're also going to get 90 days access to my private tutorial club. In my private tutorial club, you will have access to my special market indicator called the OVI. Now let me show you what the OVI is saying about this stock at this particular time. This is exactly the same chart, but this time what you've got is my indicator. And what my indicator is showing you here is that the line is above the 0 mark. The way you read this line is actually quite simple. We only read it in conjunction with a proper chart pattern like a flag or a breakout, but in this particular case, let's look at some flags. Now, where my pen is here, we've got a bear flag forming. So we've got a bear flag there. I'll just draw it in with my mouse there. And guess where the OVI is at this particular point in time, just before it breaks out? Well, if I just draw a line all the way down here, you can see that the OVI is below the center line. So it's below this 0 area. And if the OVI is below 0 and you have a bearish pattern, then you can go short and make some money. And guess what? That's exactly what happens. Now let's fast forward to where we are right now. We've got a bull flag in place, and look what's happening to the OVI. The OVI right here, let me just show you, is way into positive territory and has been for some days, even before this consolidation. So we have a consolidation now, which is a great chart pattern to trade, and we want to know what to do next. Hopefully it's going to give us a trade. All the pointers at this point in time are suggesting that this stock is going to go up. We have a bull flag. We have the OVI pointing up. Let's have a look and see exactly what happened next. And as you can see, the stock gaps up. Now this actually gapped up on news. Now, as I say to my private tutorial club, and don't forget the OVI is only available from that private tutorial club, which you'll have access to for at least 90 days. Whenever we see one of these things, I always say someone somewhere knew something, and my indicator, the OVI, picks that information up. And for the members of my private tutorial club, this OVI indicator has been a complete game changer, which has really enhanced their ability to trade flag patterns. So by having the combination of Flag Trader and the OVI, you really have an amazing advantage and a huge edge over the rest of the market.